Friday, 16th of August. Welcome to Spain. Welcome to the channel. We're in Spain in August. A couple of words you don't hear too often because it's very hot usually. But this is when we had some time off, and this is when we decided. We're in Madrid now. We've been here for the past 2 days. I'm gonna head off to Seville, and after that we're gonna finish in Malaga. So it's gonna be a short trip this time, just 8 days. Well, what have we done the past 2 days? We arrived in Madrid. It is hot. It's not that hot, 32 degrees in the afternoon, but in the morning, like now it's 9 a.m. It's very good. I think 28 degrees. Nothing is open, as you can imagine. It's Europe, it's Spain, so everything opens quite late from 9 a.m. onwards, and of course life starts very late here with dinner starting from 9 p.m. onwards. So in the first day in Spain, we checked into our Airbnb. Now, I'm gonna rant about something. These hotels and recently Airbnbs, the check-in time starts from 3 p.m. When did this happen, actually? So, check-in 3 p.m., check-out 10 or 11 a.m. the latest. There's a 4-hour gap, and it's very frustrating these days. I don't remember the past years to be like that. I do remember there's 12 or 1 p.m. I have to say it's really unpleasant, mostly because these days you check in, if you have an Airbnb, you check in through a link or an app, and that link won't work until actually 3 p.m. So it's really frustrating. So okay, we got the rant out of the way. We didn't have great plans here, so we did a bit of shopping. Yeah, in the evening we found ourselves close to the CBD, so it was a very nice Italian there. Yes, I know, first day in Spain and we had Italian, but it was a very good one. I think the English name is Mafia Seats at the Table. It's pretty cool. The next day, which was yesterday, we had a small little plan, so we visited a museum, Caixa del Madrid. They had a couple of exhibitions there, one with dinosaurs, the other one Pixar. So the Pixar one is very interesting for both adults and children. The entry was €6 per person, and it's very close to Prato Museum and all the other famous museums. This is actually an old power plant that's been transformed into a museum. And if you go during this period, in front there is this huge dinosaur. It's not miniature, it's actually very big, huge. If you remember in the last year's video at F1, we had a bet and the winning prize was a Michelin star meal. I lost a bet, and reason why we are in Madrid now. So we went to this restaurant called Clos. We went there for lunch. I have no regrets. It is below €100 per person for lunch. Dinner is a lot more expensive, so give it a go if you're interested. They can show you the menu beforehand, or you will be surprised. You won't know what meals you're gonna get. Before our lunch, we went to this market, Mercado San Miguel. It is very close to, I think, City Hall or City Opera, City Hall. It is a small, beautiful market with fresh food, so you will have a lot of tapas there, a lot of fish, seafood, wine and beer stalls. I think they're renovating it, so outside there are all these scaffolding happening, but inside it's good. Although it's hot, ventilation is very good, so you won't feel that hot over there. It is a touristic place, to be honest. It's full of tourists, and the prices are also touristic, so expect to pay $1.5 or $2 for a small tapas, and Maybe if you want sardines, this is gonna be $14 for a portion. A glass of wine, 2.5 euros. Champagne or cava, €5 per glass. So all in all, it's touristy, but it's worth it. So if you are in the area, go there, have a look, have a glass in the morning or afternoon, and then you can start your day. After that, near our place, there was a fiesta on the street. Lots and lots of people, lots of stalls with food, lots of people eating and drinking. You know, I think this is the Spanish way, and it went on till very late in the night. Luckily, all the apartment windows are very good, so we didn't hear too much noise. And if you are in Madrid and you are a jazz lover, I do recommend to go to Café Central. It's probably an institution in Madrid for jazz lovers. I think they have music every day or every day with the weekend. It's not my first time there. I went there before. Place small, cozy, intimate, pleasant surprise. Is one of the waiters. We saw him serving drinks, mostly for the outside tables. He was on stage at some point. He playing the saxophone, so that was quite interesting. Okay, now it's 9 a.m. in the morning. We're still in Madrid. Our train to Seville leaves in about 2-3 hours. We're gonna spend 3 nights over there. Stick around, and we'll see you later. Is it hot?
Oh yeah.
It's Seville, August, it's hot. But that's not a problem for us because we belong to a cult. Yeah, that was very funny. I'm wearing yellow top and white pants. He's wearing white top and yellow pants. Awesome. Going on a walking tour in Seville. This is our first day in Seville. We're gonna be here for about 3 nights. So stick around, adventure is starting.
As I said, my favorite architecture style in the world by far. So unique that there's no other place in Spain with it, guys. I love when people look at it and immediately say like, oh my god, it looks so Arabic. It's not, it's super Spanish. I mean, 800 years of Muslim domination, of course, gave us, you know, like their backgrounds in architecture, in food, in people, in everything. And sometimes people believe that it's an old structure. Not at all, my friends.
This is day 4 on our Spain trip. We arrived in Seville yesterday. It was hot, 38 degrees, but it's probably the coldest August in the last 10 years, they said. Normally more than 42 degrees Celsius. But today we are in a small city. I'll let you know why we're here. So last year we were in Bilbao and we did a day tour in a nearby town, and the tour guide, a Spanish guy, Spanish gentleman who lived many years in Central and South America, and he has just returned to Spain, told us a couple of stories, very good stories, and one of my questions to him was about his favorite place in Spain, and he said that his favorite place in Spain is Cadiz, and since then it stayed with me after doing some research. And since we were nearby in Seville, we woke up at 5:45 a.m. today, took the bus here 1 hour and 45 minutes, left at 7 a.m, got here at 8:45. I think 35 euros for 2 persons, very comfortable. And here we are in Cadiz. It is the oldest city in Western Europe. As I wrote and as they say in the pamphlets, the Phoenicians came here about 3,000 years ago. It's the kind of city, town that you can walk from one place to another, where the pace of life is very slow. You don't see people hurrying, you don't see people rushing. You know, there's no cars in the old city here because the streets are narrow. I can hear some children crying now. But it's that place where time seems to stop. The place that we're in right now, you might be tempted to say it's Alcazar, Alcatraz, Alcaraz. Who is it? We're near Malaga today and we visited Caminito del Rey, or the King's Path, or the King's Walk. It used to be called the Workers' Terrace. Basically, they were building a hydropower plant here and the workers were going up and down those terraces. There is a very interesting story that the king came one day and walked, and then all the workers thought, oh, this is where the king walked. I'm walking on the king's path. Then they told the friend, and then they told the wives, and repeatedly they used these two words, and it became from the workers' terrace to the king's path, Caminito del Rey.
The king did for Rafael Benjumea. So the king came, visited lots of things, so everything was wonderful. But we're not just talking about the hydro. Rafael improved this area. In El Chorro, where we live, he built houses, he built a church. And to me, the most important thing he built here was a school. The area was very, very rural and isolated. Still is.
It's a very interesting experience, very nice if you love hiking. It's a beautiful scenery. Again, we are in August in Spain, and typically it's very hot. But this year is the coldest in the last 10 years. So the weather has been very nice, beautiful. As I said, if you like hiking, this is definitely a must do. It's about 5 kilometers, about 2 hours. It starts a bit, it starts okay, then it's literally a walk in the mountain, and La Pista de la Resistance is at the end. Yeah, at the end is amazing with the suspended bridge. You will find a lot of flora and fauna and learn about the birds. It is definitely an excellent way to spend a day or half a day if you are here. Caminito del Rey. What date is it today? Friday, 16th of August. Our last day. We're gonna leave tomorrow, and we decided to end up with a bang. It's 9:45 a.m. and we're going for a wine tasting. It's not really a wine tasting. What is it? It's a proper
drinking.
Wine drinking.
Downing.
Downing, yeah. They were pouring in a glass, half a glass. I said, whoa, this is nice tasting. 2:55 p.m. We're back from the wine tour. The wine tour was more like not a tour, but more like an experience. We are 6 strangers sat down at the table, giving us 6 bottles of wine and the food, and shared among us. And in between, we were left alone, and we started talking with each other. Very different from any other wine tour. There's no tour, right? You don't go to point A to point B to point C. You just go to one place. So very unique, and very unique people we met today. One couple, she was talking non-stop, places they've been and all that, and I think she was putting him down non-stop.
Oh yeah, that was very sad, no?
Even the name,
yeah.
even they said, oh, his father gave him a name that means disappointment or something. And poor guy, he was just trying to be himself, and it's like, and okay, he wasn't lashing back. Yeah, so if you watch this video and you're okay, you're a good dude, don't worry. Good guy, yeah. But yeah, back to Malaga now. Hot, searching for a place to have a coffee. Malaga is a nice beach city, a lot of things happening in the city center, but I don't know outside the city center if it's very happening. They do have a couple of museums, some beaches which are or aren't very alright. Let's go this way. It's definitely a tourist destination. Pretty, very pretty in the city center. Lots of bars, restaurants, cafes, and of course, being Spain, it's open till very late at night. The accommodation we stayed very central, but we didn't hear any noises. I did hear some house music beats last night. I just wonder what how this place is outside the summer months. Don't think it's very busy. Yeah. This is our last day in Spain, so adios.